if you are able to make something palatable and taste good to meet your goals with minimum amount of effort and flavoring, literally salt and pepper, you're going to be better off than the guy that has to have his sugar-free barbecue sauces and his sugar-free syrups and his 99 different types of mustard. Good morning. I want to walk you through a full day of plain eating, and it's not all or nothing, and the eating plain thing isn't for really health benefits. It's more of a philosophical thing. It's more of a psychological thing more than anything, and it's not all or nothing. What I mean is, like, when people think about plain eating, they think about deprivation. They think about, oh, you're not living life, just eat something that tastes good, live a little. Have you ever heard that? What is that? Like, live a little, eat some junk food? Like, what the fuck is that, guys? Come on, like, live a little, get off your fucking ass and have some sex or something, you know? Instead of sitting there binging on garbage food you got from a drive-thru. Look, this is my breakfast. It is salmon, 1 hard-boiled egg, 125 grams of salmon, and I cook grits in a rice cooker. I have it on a delay timer. So really, this is everything that's going to be comprised of this first meal. It's just salt, and you know, this is only a month or two old. That's how. This is how much I go through these two dudes right here. Grits, I buy them pre-cooked because I'm lazy sometimes. Sometimes I cook them. Trifecta salmon included ingredients: literally salmon, water, salt, and then some microgreens I grew. These aren't essential because I eat vegetables later in the day, but they're fun to add. So check it out, meal one right there. And yep, grits in a rice cooker work. I just finished cardio, so that's why don't ask me why I'm wearing workout gloves with cardio. It's a mental thing. I don't know. It's some sort of stupid thing I got going on. These are the grits. We'll stir those up just to kind of break them up a little bit. The rice cooker does a phenomenal job of cooking grits for you. I mean, they're amazing. I love grits. There you go. Just kind of reheated the salmon. 1 hard-boiled egg. I used to eat a lot more eggs when I was younger in my 20s. Now I just eat 1 or 2 a day, if that. I just don't think adding that many eggs into the diet is really, all it does is just make you fat, honestly. You don't need that much fat. I just opened this without realizing I just dumped. Ah, shit, what am I doing? All right, so salt. Salt. 1 gram. I do 1 gram. I do 2 milligrams of salt per kilocalorie consumed. It's based on Broderick Chavez's recommendation, and half the amount of potassium. So, you know, in a normal course of a day, I'll eat about 6,000 calories or so. Minimum 5,000 when I'm just maintaining. And so that's going to be about 10 grams of salt a day tops. About 5 grams of potassium. So there you go. Potassium's consumed from food almost exclusively. Here you go. You guys are gonna like this. This is fun. Okay. Does it taste good? Yeah, it tastes good. I'm hungry. I just did cardio. Of course it tastes good. Is it like a burger? No, but does everything have to taste like a fucking burger you buy from a restaurant? Does everything have to taste good all the time? All right, these are just for fun. Little microgreens I grow. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Let's get through that. It's just fun, guys. It's just so much fun. It's like lawn clippings. Ta-da! Breakfast. So there you go, there's breakfast. It is just grits, salmon, 1 hard-boiled egg, some microgreens, salt, pepper. Done. There we go. I'm gonna walk you through a few more of my meals, and we're gonna talk about some plain eating, because you might be like, oh my god, this is so boring. No, not really. Not really at all. All right, meal 2. This is the meal I eat before I work out. It is going to be a couple Bison patties from Trifecta, and as you can tell, the ingredient is Bison. I'm going to have unflavored cream rice, and I'm going to flavor it with syrup, salt, butter, which you're asking now, it's like, hey, I thought this is plain eating. It is. So we get the butter for the fat, gram of salt, here. Melt that in there, and then I like to buy decent maple syrup. I actually taste the difference. It's worth it. Do 20 grams. I usually weigh it, but since I'm filming something, I'm just going to eyeball it, keep it simple. So there you go. This is the carb source for the meal. You just got your meat, fuel, and finally I'm gonna do black instant coffee. My buddy Brian, who edits my YouTube videos on my channel, described this meal as this is a type of meal that you would eat before you go attack bears with your bare hands. So it's pretty manly. It's a pretty manly meal. Easy. So, what I mean by plain? Plain is a word of degree. It's not black or white. It's not yes or no. It's not 1 or 0. Plain is it's a spectrum. So salt and pepper is pretty plain compared to, you know, something like Flavor Gang or something you'd find marketed towards bodybuilders who can't fucking stomach eating like a human. They have to literally sugarcoat everything. It's a little derogatory, but I think stepping away from that is a strategy. It's not all or nothing. It's not a lifestyle. It's not a diet, and it's not a, you know, it's not a movement. It's not a thing. It's a strategy. Eating more plain meals in moderation is kind of like the yin yang of having something that tastes good in moderation. So going back to the, oh, live a little, eat something good every now and then. Well, how about live a little every now and then and just deprive yourself of flavors to a certain degree and just try to appreciate food in a more simple way. So this is just literally meat. There's no salt or pepper on this at all. Black coffee, instant. That tastes pretty good to me. And then this is just cream of rice, unflavored, with salt, syrup, and butter. Now, if you remove the syrup and butter, I can eat it, and sometimes I might do that just to test myself. I think every now and again, people just need to push themselves out of their comfort zone when it comes to eating, and don't use flavor as a crutch, because if you do that for 1 or 2 meals a day out of the 6 that you eat, it means that the meals that are remaining left, you're gonna be less picky. I'm tired of people these days being whiny about food. I went to a bookstore recently and I was looking for cookbooks, and I was looking around, and I was looking not for recipes or how to eat or anything like that. I was looking for how the books were formatted. I was just curious. And in the bookstore, all the books were related around making food taste good. It's like, I get it. Food is something that you respect. It's something that, you know, it's an art. There's a lot of culture behind it. But I think people, and to a lot of people, yes, it's a comfort thing. It takes them back to your childhood or reminds them of certain things. But to a certain point, you just got to get right down to it. Food is fucking fuel. And the more things that you burden yourself with, that you handicap yourself with, and that you rely upon, having the ability to add flavor in minimal amounts is a palatability. It's a palatable way of making food palatable. It's a technology. It's a technique. It's a strategy, like I said. If you are able to make something palatable and taste good to meet your goals with minimum amount of effort and flavoring, literally salt and pepper, you're going to be better off than the guy that has to have his sugar-free barbecue sauces and his sugar-free syrups and his 99 different types of mustard, and you know, you can't, oh, you just blah blah blah. Save the flavors for when you need them more often than not. And for me, I find that's probably more likely when drinking water or hydrating. People just don't drink enough water. They don't hydrate enough. So a lot of times increasing the palatability of water. Think about it like this. The flavor you have is like a currency. It's something that you spend. If you overflavor everything all the time, all throughout the day, you're going to cause more problems and more handicaps than necessary. But if you go every now and then and just make something a little more plain than usual, here and there strategically, that means when you do apply flavor, you're going to need less of it to get further, and you can apply it more often without consequences like stomach upset or inconveniencing people or being a whiny bitch. So what I would say is flavor water. You can flavor more water so that you stay hydrated, because I find people underconsume and underhydrate more often than not. Save some of the flavoring for, you know, meals that matter. Maybe your last meal. Maybe it's like a dessert type thing, like cottage cheese, oatmeal, you know, with some flavored protein powder. Good, enjoy it. But when you can, more often than not, try to see if you can get by with something that's just fucking plain, dude. Like black coffee, meat with just salt and pepper. And if you cook it right, it should taste pretty good. So let's move on to another plain meal, and then I'll show you a meal that isn't as plain, just to show you a little bit of balance, okay? Okay, meal 3, 4, and 5 are pretty much the same thing, basically, sorta. So this is rice, and then here we go again.
A gram of salt.
Gram of salt. There's more salt somewhere in the diet. Potatoes for later. I just cook them in the rice cooker. Very simple. Just a little soy sauce and some rosemary from my garden. Vegetables. All it is broccoli, yellow peppers, cucumbers, and pickles. And I use some of the pickle juice for the flavoring. And then air fried trifecta chicken, which has nothing in it except for like chicken and salt, I think.
It's chicken breast?
Yeah, chicken breast meat. And
about how much?
6 ounces, 7 ounces. I weigh it all out, so I haven't missed a day of calorie tracking for 7 months straight. Not a single day missed. Yeah, so you know, sometimes it's not just about putting a bunch of sauces and flavors and spices and shit on your food, but it's just the way you cook it. Just air frying it, this stupid little thing, is about as easy as microwaving. It just takes about, you know, twice as long. So instead of it taking a minute or two, it'll take, you know, 4 to 8 minutes or so.
Do you feel there's more flavor with that, or better texture?
It just depends on the food. Sometimes it'll dry it out too much. Other times it makes it crispy, which is nice. So there you go.
Do you ever feel like you're missing anything by going with this simple of a diet?
I mean, if I didn't have food, that would be way worse, wouldn't it?
It's true.
That's the thing, is like, I always keep it in context of like, no point in humanity has anything been like the way it is for the last 50 years. Things have advanced so much. Yeah, I know this. You like this? You're looking at this. Let's see. It's my cat Sputnik.
Let's get back to the topic. That is a good topic.
Cats are friends, not food. Unless you're very hungry. And that's my point. It's like you go back 100 years plus, people didn't care about food. This was like a gourmet meal to them, and nowadays people look at this, they think it's diet food. What the fuck is wrong with people? You know, and having water is good. Have you ever tried not having water?
Well, that's why they had beer.
Being thirsty is pretty bad. Yeah, if you look back in history, some times in history, people had to drink beer because the water would make you sick.
Spiked with some heavy cholera and other things.
Yeah, I mean, I think having a buzz and having alcoholic liver fatty disease or whatever is a much better alternative, because at least you can die drunk and happy than miserable on a fucking shitter. But as far as flavor goes, for something, you know, these meals are more or less, to a lot of people, Spartan. But me and Sam have a little ritual we have at night, and that's meal 6, which is something we've been doing for a little bit. So I'm going to show you that last meal so you guys can enjoy that. So I'm going to do a transition to that. All right, final meal: 100 grams of oatmeal and a banana. This is a trick. I'm going to show you something.
Ooh, yeah.
You just throw the banana in there. You know, and then you just microwave the whole damn thing. You don't have to chop up the banana.
Did you add anything else?
You don't add the banana afterwards. No. I mean, I'll add a pinch of cinnamon, but is cinnamon a performance-enhancing drug masquerading around as a spice?
Comment below. Where is it?
It's, well, I'm on to cinnamon, that's for sure. And the final, this is a Ninja ice cream maker thing. So yeah, so fairly plain, the all day bodybuilding meals. I like it. Tastes good, but this is 1 scoop of protein powder, 8 ounces of oat milk or almond milk, and then 2 servings of heavy whipping cream, the real deal. And the protein powder these days is flavored with a million different things. You know what I mean? It's like you don't have to add anything to it. But this thing, we freeze this little mixture together.
Yes.
Yeah.
And, like a rock.
This thing is so cool.
Every time.
I'm such a... How the fuck do you do that?
So you see where that lines up right there? Okay. Line to line.
I hate this thing. This thing is so cool. Yeah. Okay. All right.
This is totally a case of user error.
You don't want to. Okay, this thing's very loud, so we're gonna cut this clip in a second. I'll just let you. This is worse than a blender. Please cover your ears. Cut the clip. Come here. Whatever. It's my cat Sputnik.
Let's get back to the topic. All right.
This is why you microwave the banana afterwards. It just collapses. Just collapses. It's like banana flavored oatmeal. It's not like a oatmeal with a banana. It's banana flavored oatmeal. It's way better. We'll send them into that. Like I said, I was easy. And then this ice cream to go with it. This fake ice cream. This wannabe.
It's meal replacement ice cream.
Yeah. There you go. It's like now everyone's going to get one.
It's interesting when you find a product on Amazon and all the reviews are 5-star reviews, but it's actually not about the machine. They're all recipes.
Oh. I'm pretty sure this is pretty hot in all the female divisions and as physique athletes go, huh?
Yeah, I imagine so. I mean, it's just a protein shake that is now ice cream, and you could eat
It's
it with
literally
your
the same. It's the same concept as instead of microwaving your chicken to reheat it, you air fry it to crisp it up. This is essentially like having the same type of protein shake you would normally have, only you turn it into freaking ice cream. Or it's even better. No.
What a way to end the day.
There you go. Yeah. And if it fits your macros, which it does, and you know, things like that. But see, macros: 125 grams of fat, 795 grams of carbs, and I think 365 grams of protein is about where I landed last I looked at my app that I track things with. And yeah, that'll put me at the end of the day.
So eating plain is not a bad thing.
Give me a thumbs up, guys. Encourage all the people that are behind this channel to make more videos about whatever it is you guys ask. It's the AMA, so a lot of the video topics are, well, I think all the video topics are coming from you guys somehow, some way, somewhere. So leave a comment below, I'll answer it, and check you next time.
Wait, where's the cats? Or just comment for more cats.